I'm a married guy. And actually, I feel like kind of an asshole. I do this bit about being married, happily married and all that, but I legitimately forgot my wedding ring tonight on the way to the show. And I live in Fort Worth, so it's too far to go back. And no, it's not a big deal. I've been married a little while, and I'm not that guy, but I thought it'd be funny. So I called my wife on the way here, and I was like, hey, honey, I'm like halfway to the club, and I just realized my wedding ring is sitting on the kitchen counter. How are all these hot Dallas women going to know that I'm spoken for? Yeah, she kind of had that same reaction, actually. She was not as threatened as I had hoped she might be. And she's cool as hell. She was just like, oh, honey, that's fine. Are you wearing that sweater I got you? Yeah? She goes, I think they'll know. I think they'll figure it out pretty quick. I'm like, that's bullshit. You told me I looked good. She goes, yeah, you look like a good father or two. Keep rocking those New Balances, honey. You're doing great. Bullshit. So I've been married to that bitch for about 3 years now. It's going all right, if I'm being honest. Nah, she is great. My wife's awesome. She puts up with me. We have 2 kids. We have a little COVID baby. We got a little quarantine frisky, if you know what. I said quarantine was good for me. I mean, it was a good time. She's also an awesome stepmom to my oldest daughter, who is like my favorite person in the world. And I don't want to get too sappy, but my oldest daughter just turned 10 years old, and we just hit a huge milestone because now for the first time we can text each other. And it's big. It's a big deal. And she's 10. She doesn't actually have a cell phone yet, but she's got this little tablet, and she's got Facebook Messenger Kids. So now she can text me like when she's at my ex's house, which is like what I've been waiting for a long time. So, and like I said, I don't want to get too mushy, but I want to share with you guys a text exchange between my daughter and me. Hold on. Okay, so I said, hey, Angel, can't wait to see you this weekend. Got a lot of fun stuff planned. Is there anything you think you might want for snacks? And then I watched, her little profile picture move down to where I could see that she had read it. The end. That is the end of that story, dude. Are you kidding me? Right? Like, does anybody in here know what it's like to be ghosted on by a 10-year-old child? It's demoralizing, dude. Like, I got left on read by the girl that I taught to read. That's bullshit, man. It's like the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. And mainly just because I have no idea what to do with that. Right? I have no clue how to respond. I know what you can't do. You can't go like full-on angry dad mode, like all caps, like, young lady, you answer your father about the snack situation. Like, that's not gonna work. You gotta play it cool, right? So I think back to my training, because it hasn't been that long since I've been ghosted on by a female. So I did what we all do. I started posting pictures of me and other 10-year-olds having a blast. Like, whoa, oh my God, you guys, this is awesome. Hashtag blessed, not stressed, whatever. Might watch Frozen 2 like 4 times in a row later. I don't know yet. I started DMing her pictures of like ice cream and fruit snacks. Like, oh, sorry, wrong kid. Hope you're doing well, though. I don't know if you saw my story or not, but... And of course, none of that worked. Like, she's still completely over it. And if this sounds like harsh to you, like, because she's only 10, if you don't have kids, you don't realize this, but a 10-year-old kid these days is not like a 10-year-old when I was a kid. Like, they just grow up so much quicker. And my daughter is already starting to ask me, like, some big questions, like heavy stuff. Like, the other day, she came up to me and she said, Dad, when you and Mom had the new baby, I know you were married and you share a house together. Makes me think I was an accident. I said, honey, why would you even say that? She goes, Dad, I deserve to know if I was a mistake. Yeah, whoa. I was like, sweetheart, come here, sweetie, sit down, listen. I know that when we had the baby that your mom and I were married, and yes, we were trying to have a baby, but all of my children were mistakes. Okay? They're not mutually exclusive, sweetheart, okay? I'm sorry you had to find... You asked. I don't know, like, you gotta shoot them straight, guys, okay? Like I said, a 10-year-old kid is not like when